6-minute webinars, which are basically about getting yourself out of debt, making the hard decisions, and getting your business and your personal life back on the road. We started this off by pointing out that when you're under financial pressure and stress, you cannot make clear, proper decisions because you're just too distracted. Everyone is ringing you, calling you, emailing you, writing to you, shouting at you, calling you again. And how can you think straight in order to run your business right? It's just like being under medication. You know, if you're under medication or a friend is, do not let them make key decisions when they're like that. Speaking from experience, it ain't the way to go. Last part is slash and burn. Really what we're talking about here is touching on what we mentioned earlier in this series, which is having the hard conversations and carrying it out. People put off making the hard conversations because, number one, they're afraid. They fear it will send rumors around the place that somebody won't be liked anymore. They feel it opens them up as being accused of being a failure. But effectively, you've got to make it happen, because if you don't make it happen, no one will. You can't cut your wage profit. That's obvious. Anyone can go in there and say, you know, we want this cheaper, we don't use that anymore. Any idiot can do that. It takes someone with sense and a command of what needs to be done to put together a sensible plan that will work. Okay? So get rid of the things you don't need. Get rid of the rubbish. If there's people there who are doing a job that we don't need that job done anymore, get rid of it. Okay? But put together a plan that works, not half a plan that will keep someone quiet until the next meeting. This is one of the big ones. Let me be very quick on this one. Your employees will be fine. The amount of business owners I know who are just worried about paying the wages to the employees so that they can pay their mortgages, they'll be fine. Okay? You've got to look after yourself, your family, your business, and get yourself on track. This is just an example. If you can't pay the redundancy, the insolvency fund will. Apparently, thousands upon thousands upon thousands do not understand that. They have this view that I can't make them redundant because I won't be able to pay them. If you can't pay them, the government will. Okay? And the government will ask you to pay that back sometime in the future. But if you can't, because we'll touch on it in a moment, you go into liquidation, well, that's fine, you know, as long as the reasons for all this are genuine. This is what your employees will get. Once they're there 2 years, for every 2 weeks, for every year of service, they'll get 2 weeks' pay. If the pay is less than 600 a week, they'll get tax-free the gross amount of pay. If it's over 600 a week, they'll get 600 per week. That's 1,200 per year of service. So someone there for 10 years, they'll get 2 weeks per year. That's obviously 20 weeks. 600 for each of those weeks. That's 12,000. Okay, straight up. They'll also get a bonus week, so another 600 again, 12,600. And if you can't cover the wages during the dismissal period, they'll get that gross and tax-free as well. If you get them to work for dismissal, well, they'll pay tax out of it. So they'd love you to say, don't come in next week. Okay, that's the first thing. If someone accuses you of making them redundant unnecessarily and wins, the insolvency fund will pay that. And they'll pay all, as I mentioned there, all the notice periods as well. And once all that is used up, they'll get dole. When you get that, with your heck. Okay? Worry about yourself, the employees will be fine. Have those hard conversations. Get your plan in place and execute it, okay? If you're not shutting down, you've got to look at who you have still. I'll go straight to the third item here. Look at the way you run your business, okay? You've now steadied the ship, hopefully. You're not paying out huge amount of wages you can't afford. You're not having checks bouncing in the bank. Look at the way you do your business and see, can I improve them? A simple thing might just be have a list Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday list. And when people come in, they're doing this on a Monday, this on a Tuesday, this on a Wednesday. Don't have them coming in and you coming in and saying, what will we do today? That needs to be automated. Okay? They know what they're doing in advance and you're helping make that more efficient. And look at what you do and see, can I get this done way quicker? If you get it done way quicker, it's probably cheaper, and it's cheaper, you know, able to produce more for the old cost. If anyone was there saying you can't make me redundant, just a simple question, you don't need to have a big debate, just ask them, tell me why we need you. Please write down your job. So if they write down their job and you write down their job and compare notes. But some people are irreplaceable, or if they're not, well, they're replaceable, okay? Some people have to be got out the door, get them out the door, but steady that ship. And if you need to look at the way you pay people, remunerate them, put some incentive in there. You don't want there to be a sense of despair creeping in. Another hard conversation, should you go into liquidation? This only applies to companies. Okay, but I'll warn you here on this one. I liquidate companies, and if the company has kept going, ordering in goods, and the directors should know there's no way they're going to be able to pay for them, but then they will be personally liable, and we'll be sticking them in court, and they'll have to pay them out of their own money if they have it. If not, there'll be all types of legal hits. Okay, but effectively shut down the company. As long as it went out of business for all the right reasons, you're walking away debt free. Okay, all the assets of the company are gone, and I'll just obviously you're wiser. We all learn from mistakes, right? You should. But listen, the time of mistakes is over. We've made enough mistakes. Time now to put the learning into place and not make any more or not as frequent. Okay. Comes back to the early part. If you look at the early webinars, I can touch on some heavy things. Thinking straight, having hard conversations, getting rid of distractions. It goes on and on. Okay, but you need to concentrate on getting the business going again, right? And that is effectively it. And this is your way forward. Sell more, profit more. Don't be borrowing. Borrowing is not a way to make money. Focus everything on cash building. Remember I said that credit makes cheap items expensive. You want to get rid of debt, okay? So you've got rid of the employees who haven't been performing, whether it's their fault or your fault. You've got to look in the mirror, it's your fault, you hired them. And you didn't train them. Or if you did, you didn't train them properly or keep them up to date. But effectively, be wiser on the next time out. Lastly, this kind of came up a bit jumbled on when I uploaded it, but effectively, if you have any questions, log on to our website. Tape recordings of these 6-minute webinars will be on our website in about 2 more weeks. And that's it. Call us anytime, email us anytime. Get going, get your plan together, and get the show on the road. Thanks very much.